All right, everybody, welcome to 3D Rivals, the podcast where we talk about movies and comic books and anything in between, whatever comes to mind. My name is Darren, aka DJ Shadow, and I'm here with my siblings. I have Derek.
Hey, what's going on? This is Derek.
And
Doris.
All right.
We got Doris today.
We got Doris with us today. That's a real, I don't want to offend anyone, but that's like an old person's name.
It is an old lady name, but you know what? Old ladies need love too.
Old ladies need love too, yes. Okay. Alrighty, so we, of course, have a main topic. We'll be talking about the Daredevil TV show, first 2 episodes. Getting into that, seeing how the TV show is lining up for this season. But in the meantime, I do have some news. So first, wanted to talk about the Aladdin trailer, or teaser trailer they had. What do you guys think?
Who did they get to play Aladdin?
I don't know his name.
Is he Middle Eastern or something?
I wasn't sure.
He didn't look too Middle Eastern, but if he is, I'll take my comment back.
Okay. I'll have to look that up. I know the girl that's playing Jasmine is, well, I don't know if she's Middle Eastern. She's of an ethnic background, though, I guess.
Meaning she light skinned?
Meaning she's not white. Basically, whenever they say ethnic background, that just means they're not white.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the teaser trailer didn't really offer anything.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it's a teaser.
The same thing I felt. Like, I was like, oh, man, they showing Aladdin, and then it was nothing there. So...
Yeah, well, it was just kind of, for everybody who knows who Aladdin is, it was more of a... here you're used to these type of things. This movie's coming out, kind of thing. I think.
So, how do you guys feel about? Is it Will Smith playing the genie?
Yeah. Will Smith is playing the genie.
Really?
I'm not too thrilled about that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know about.
I don't know.
I mean, Will Smith could do a good job. I'm not sure how he's gonna do Genie. Robin Williams.
From now on, that's how you make wishes.
Because I feel like Will Smith is not that kind of funny.
Right, he can be funny, but it's not Robin Williams,
Yeah. And I just don't want him to be like imitating that, or is it gonna? I don't know. I really feel like this Aladdin movie is not about to be the business, honestly.
It might not be. I don't know. I told Taylor, I told her, I was like, is he going to rap the Never Had a Friend Like Me song? I think he's going to say it in a rap.
Here comes the Men in Black.
Oh, people were talking about the Venom movie, how it's got, Eminem did a rap song for it.
Yeah.
And they were talking about it, like, it's got a rap song at the end, like it's from the 90s. It's like, yeah, people don't do that anymore for movies.
Movies don't have songs at the end? Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. The Black Panther soundtrack went platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was Kendrick Lamar, though.
Oh, yeah, it was a rap song.
Mm-hmm. Throughout the whole movie.
Soundtrack.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? But you know what? It's subtle. It wasn't subtle with Venom. Because nobody noticed that with Black Panther. I mean, like, you knew Kendrick Lamar did the soundtrack, but...
Every sound in the movie was off of the soundtrack. When they walked into that club/casino or whatever, they was playing the song from the soundtrack.
Mm. Yeah. And I think he actually did a collaboration with a Korean artist, I think, for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were in Korea. I know the Car Chase had a Korean song playing.
I wouldn't know, but that is interesting.
Yeah. I believe so. I'll have to double check. Don't take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Take everything on this podcast with a grain of salt.
Yes, everything. Just think of this podcast as a big, giant grain of salt. All right. So, Bryan Cranston said that he would like to play Mr. Sinister in a new X-Men franchise. I like Bryan Cranston. I don't know about Mr. Sinister, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he could do it.
I mean, he's a good actor. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I just can't picture it.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Sinister, though, as a character in the X-Men canon.
Although, who played him in First Class? Kevin Bacon? Was that Kevin Bacon?
No.
Kevin
That
Bacon
was Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
That's okay. Yeah, they haven't had Mr. Sinister yet. So part of me thinks that's a good idea because obviously I don't think Marvel Studios are going to want to retread, the things that have been done in the other X-Men movies.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Sinister is a great character to add. I mean, he'll be a good villain. And he can be like the villain across a few movies too.
True, yeah, he's a big villain.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm down for that. I'm not sure about Bryan Cranston or not, but adding him would be a good idea.
Bryan Cranston, look, just get him for anything in the MCU. I'll be happy. Let's get him a role.
He's a good actor, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would be confident in it just because of how good of an actor he is. It's like sometimes if you get a good enough actor and it's well written, it'll be good. Because, I mean, come on, we have had movies where you have a good actor in it, but the movie wasn't well written, so it was horrible.
Everything about Wolverine?
True. Well, I wouldn't say horrible, but the Venom movie was a good example of this. The acting from all the actors in that movie was really good. I mean, Tom Hardy had a good performance. I forget the lady that played his girlfriend in that. Mm-hmm. She played it well too, but some of the writing wasn't as good. So, like you were saying, sometimes you can get a good actor, but a bad movie.
Well, I mean, if you think about Amazing Spider-Man 2, you had Jamie Foxx playing Electro, and that was horrible. True. But he's a good actor.
I have not seen the movie. But
you didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, I felt like, why? It just seemed uninteresting. I didn't see it.
Well, don't see it. No reason to go see it.
Don't waste your time.
All right.
It was so funny. So, Doris, you know how they they set up the universe in that?
There's a universe?
Well, they were trying to.
Okay,
yeah, they were trying.
all right.
Before it went back to Marvel. So there was literally a guy walking down a corridor in a basement, and it had like behind him like vulture wings and a goblin glider, and like it was just all the bad guys.
A rhino suit.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, because that was supposed to lead into the Sinister Six movie.
Oh,
horrible!
Yeah,
horrible setup. That's not how you set things up.
No. Not at all.
Terrible. Okay, so I don't know why, but there's going to be a live action Tom and Jerry movie. Yeah.
Wait.
Or full live action. You know how they do.
So computer generated? There's no
like
people.
Jungle Book was.
There's no people in Tom and Jerry.
I know. And Tom and Jerry don't even talk.
Yeah, and they said they're going back to them not talking either. I don't see how you have a movie. I like Tom and Jerry,
Hey, remember when we were kids, we went to go see the Tom and Jerry movie?
It was a cartoon.
It was a cartoon, but
it was probably an hour.
It was called Tom and Jerry the movie.
Wait, is that when there was that tornado?
Yep.
I do remember that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We went to Shaker Square.
Yeah.
That's what's up. However,
so a live Tom and Jerry movie.
I don't feel this needs to be made.
It doesn't. I agree.
I don't even know how you do it. I mean, do you sit there and watch an hour-long movie of them not talking and computer-generated cat and mouse?
Right. Yeah, that doesn't seem...
rakes and falling off of roofs.
Like, that type of slapstick is funny in animation, and I know CGI is animation, but it's supposed to be realistic. So it's not funny in that realism.
Right, and then is it really live action if there's no... Are they going to have, like, Granny and that's it?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't... This shouldn't be made.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Granny's not even Tom and Jerry.
No, that's
Sylvester.
Sylvester and Tweety.
Which is Warner Brothers, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. So I really don't know how they're going to do it.
Yes. And Sylvester and Tweety actually talks.
Yeah, but because then I was like, oh yeah, there's the old lady, but no, there's no people in Tom and Jerry.
No, you only see their legs.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at it from the view of a mouse and cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. That's a bad idea.
I agree.
Horrible. Okay. So the Venom box office is set to overtake Justice League.
That just goes to show how bad DC is.
It's so horrible. There's no way. Like a movie, first of all, Avengers technically shouldn't beat Justice League when you think about it.
Yeah.
From the comics standpoint. Now, we know Marvel Studios is a huge thing, and, you know, they can make whatever. They can make their C-list characters, and people go see it. But when you could talk to, like, if you talk to me in 1995, and you say which movie would make more, Avengers or Justice League, or Venom or Justice League, I'm going to say the Justice League movie. Because, I mean, Batman and Superman, two of the most iconic heroes ever. And yeah, that's so sad.
I mean, and that's sad in a way where, like, Venom was just an okay movie. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Like, oh man, you should go see it. You know, it was just okay.
Yeah,
and for it to be just an okay movie and to beat out Justice League, it just show you on how far behind DC is with their movies.
Well, people are disillusioned. We gotta see how this Aquaman movie does. If the Aquaman movie doesn't do well, I don't know. I don't know.
If that doesn't do well, then it's a wrap.
If it doesn't, and I hate saying this, I feel like just stop.
Yeah.
And then, like, wait 5 years. And then start over. And then start over with, you know, Marvel writers.
I was going to say, is it a shame to say that I think the Marvel Studios can make better DC movies?
Yeah, they can.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Like DC, it would be a separate universe, of course. Don't mix them.
Right.
But DC presented by Marvel. I'm down for that. I mean, yeah, I'll watch a Marvel Batman movie.
Yeah. And they should, I feel, if it gets to that and they start over with something else. Like somebody that not as big, you know?
Well, I don't know if I said this on another podcast or not. I think they should have started this iteration of the DC universe with Wonder Woman instead of Superman. We've seen Superman, we've seen Batman. Have them come in later.
Yeah.
Start with Wonder Woman, then do Aquaman, then do Flash, and then Green Lantern.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I would want them to start with Green Lantern. Like, forget that one movie that they did.
Well, they were going to start with that movie.
But that was so bad, and it was so poorly done.
It was.
It's just, I don't know. It's everything about. I feel like DC don't even read their own stuff before they get people to write and direct these things.
Right. Yeah. Like they are not doing it justice. Which seems so weird, because Warner Brothers owns DC as a whole, right? Like even the comics.
I don't know.
So I don't understand. Like they should have it easier than Marvel Studios did.
Yeah. Because they have all the rights, and they're not competing with anybody.
Yeah.
You don't see Sony making a Batman movie.
Right. I would not go see that.
It'd be a Batman movie, but it has everybody in it. It'd be Red Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing. No explanation to anyone.
No, Sony's Batman would still have his parents.
Red Hood would be a girl.
I don't know. Like, you can change genders for some stuff. I don't care. But like they take core elements of a character and like don't pay any mind to it. It's like Sony
like Human Torch was black, but him and Sue was still brothers and sisters.
Right.
Don't talk to your sister that way. Like, wait, hold on.
That was so weird because
we're still going by brother and sister.
I didn't even see that movie, but I'm like, all right, fine. You changed the Human Torch to a black guy. First, I'm like, why? But all right, whatever you did, that's cool. I don't care. You can make him Asian. But how are you going to have Invisible Woman still be white? That doesn't make sense. And I understand that you can have mixed families, but
she wasn't mixed. Can they at least have found a mixed person? Or
yeah,
something?
she could have been mixed. Like they could have been half brothers and sisters or something like that.
Right. Because the father was black.
Yeah. So I don't know even what happened there. Did he adopt her, or
I don't know.
did they explain it in the movie or no?
I think
They did not explain it in
They
the
didn't?
movie.
I thought they did. I keep seeing it on Hulu, and I'm like, I'm going to watch this. But then
I
don't.
watched it twice.
You watched it twice?
Yeah.
Wow.
You actually watched it twice?
Yeah.
Was once not enough?
Well, I thought
think
maybe
once is too
like,
much. That's why I haven't seen it.
it was a waste of time both times.
Okay.
I'm sure it was. Okay, so next little bit of news. Sophie Turner, she's the girl playing Jean Grey in the next Phoenix movie. She says she doesn't think the X-Men will work in the MCU because the complexities of the X-Men do not collaborate well with the Avengers. And the themes of X-Men doesn't work with Marvel, apparently.
What? That literally makes no sense.
I know. I'm like, this is the
Marvel writes X-Men.
I feel like for the longest, X-Men was the biggest part of Marvel.
Yeah, they're
so
one of
the fact, how could they not fit within Marvel's own universe?
That's actually why they sold them off, because it was one of their biggest properties, and they didn't have money at the time. So, yeah, this is an example of an actress who knows nothing about the movie she's acting in. And it's like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to, like Michael Douglas, I'm pretty sure he doesn't read Ant-Man comics. And he doesn't have to.
But wait a minute, hold on. Maybe Michael Douglas don't, because, I mean, Hank Pym is, who cares? But if I'm playing Jean Grey's Cyclops or whatever, don't you need to read up on it and to find out who this character is? What makes this character this character?
Most of the actors,
I feel like they pick up a comic book and read
say
it.
that they do. They may not read like comic book, but they read on about the character. They read up on the character.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and stuff both said that, they do that. I know Zoe Saldana did look up stuff. And I mean, this clearly shows. And if you didn't, just don't comment on stuff like this, because stating that X-Men won't work in the MCU because they can't get the complexities of the characters right makes no sense, because these are the people that made these characters. Like, they obviously going to do it correctly. They know about it, and they've done justice to all their other characters.
Right. So, yeah, no, that's a dumb comment.
Yeah, she's just salty because her career as Jean Grey is over after this movie.
No.
If it comes out.
Yeah, well, I guess it is. They got a trailer and everything.
Yeah, so did New Mutants. And that doesn't have a release date. And then they pushed this back from February to July. It's like the third time this movie's been pushed back.
Well, it doesn't
Right,
look good.
because I thought it was supposed to originally come out next month.
Yeah, I think originally next month, then they pushed it to February. Then they pushed it to July. So, I don't know what's going on with it. And they pushed it back after they dropped the trailer. So, I don't know. Maybe they saw a reaction from the trailer. Well, I thought the reactions of that trailer was positive.
She doesn't really look...
For New Mutants or...
For Dark Phoenix.
I don't know. I don't like her character, how she plays Jean Grey, or her as Jean Grey.
I don't think she does a good job at that.
Not at all.
And she sucks at doing an American accent, just have to say. Not a good American accent.
Yeah, so it won't be good. I won't be watching it, so whatever.
Yeah. I'll probably, if it comes out, I'll probably look at it and see how it is. Last bit of news for today. It wasn't a lot, so it's probably going to be a shorter episode. But Iron Fist and Luke Cage have been canceled.
Luke Cage was canceled too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I know about Iron Fist.
So, yeah, neither one will be reprised. Now, there's another season of Punisher, and Jessica Jones has been renewed. And
after season 2 of Jessica Jones, I would have been okay with that being canceled. Season 1 was great. Season 2, I was angry.
I gotta say, I'm surprised that Luke Cage got canceled. I thought,
that season was really good.
Yeah, it was like for me. Season 1 was, it had its good parts. It wasn't bad, but I would say it was okay.
It was
but
good
season
until
2
Cottonmouth died.
Was good. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's like it took a nosedive after Cottonmouth died with Diamondback in that stupid suit.
At least he didn't look like he looks in the comics.
You have to fight me, Carl.
Yeah, he overacted that part, and that was the problem. Like, he was overacting hard, and it was noticeable.
But wow, man, cancel Luke Cage?
Like, yeah, Iron Fist I kind of understood. Like, season 2 was definitely way better.
Yeah.
But I guess I was like, well, maybe it just didn't recover from season 1. People didn't watch it, So I was like, all right, I understand. But Luke Cage, I'm surprised.
No one picked up on the Iron Fist character. It's just like you watch a show or a movie comes out and like people be like, oh man, they gain interest in that character. I don't think people really cared too much
because
more
the
about
show
Iron Fist.
Sucked. I mean, it's hard for me to be like, oh, okay, I like him if it's not a good show. Yeah. I mean, it's like I hated Thor and Iron Man, and I watched the movie like, oh, okay, I'll pay more attention to Thor and Iron Man.
I have to say Captain America was my least favorite superhero. Really hated Captain America. Now I love him. So,
honestly, comic book wise, I still can't stand Captain America.
Y'all say hater. Captain America is great.
No,
it's like my favorite superhero.
Nope, I'm gonna call
him. If you read the Civil Wars, you wouldn't like him either.
Well, it wasn't like Tony Stark in Civil War was any better. He was horrible. He was a villain in Civil War. I'm like, good lord. Not the movie, the comic.
Yeah, you have to read the comic books, people.
Yeah. But of course, in the movie, I like how they did that. I know it wasn't exactly Civil War, but you saw both sides. Of it.
I liked it.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Netflix. I don't know if this is because of the Disney streaming service or not. Like, are they just starting to cancel them? I didn't think so.
I don't think that's
from what I got, I think the guy who runs Netflix, whatever, he was like, look, we have our shows. We're going to do our shows. This doesn't mean that they're about to, like, massively cancel off the Marvel shows. Yeah. So I think Iron Fist and Luke Cage was an isolated thing, and that we'll still have Daredevil. At least Daredevil. I feel like it'll be hard to cancel Daredevil at least.
Yeah, because he's doing really well.
And I believe the same with Punisher too.
Yeah.
But they said that they were also exploring other ideas for other Marvel character shows on Netflix. Yeah. So, I don't think like the Disney streaming service is going to affect that too much. And, because I think that the Disney streaming service, they will come up with their own show with a whole nother character.
Yeah, well, they are, because they got some show with Loki and Scarlet Witch, and so I think it's saying it's like there's nothing we're worried about. Netflix is still going to do their shows.
Yeah, they're still going to do their shows. Yeah, I was just surprised about Luke Cage because I figured with the cancellation with Iron Fist that there would be episodes with Iron Fist character in it, since in the comic books Iron Fist and Luke Cage are partners. Same thing with Misty and Colleen Wing. Yeah. But I mean, there's still an idea out there that they might have a Daughters of the Dragon. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it's Daughters of the Dragon.
Show focus on them two. So, and I mean, if them two are in a show, there's going to be an appearance of Luke Cage. There's going to be an appearance of Iron Fist. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised about the Luke Cage though.
Yeah, so yeah, some people did mention doing Heroes for Hire, stuff like that. The thing with Iron Fist, there were a couple of people, like a couple of stories I wanted to see how they worked out. I mean, I guess they can work it out in other TV shows, like in Daredevil, and because they can cross over much more now. Like, they've all had their single seasons, and if they're all in New York and all in Hell's Kitchen, there's no way they can't run into each other.
That's true.
So, I don't know. I like the Netflix shows. I was hoping they all stay.
Yeah. I had a feeling about Iron Fist, though. I honestly, I thought Iron Fist and Jessica Jones would have been the shows to get canceled.
Is this the first show that Netflix has canceled?
Original Netflix show?
No. Is it? It can't be.
That has been canceled, yes. It said other shows have only been like mini series or one-time show. So, with the case of Iron Fist and Luke Cage, like those shows were made to like continue on at the end of a season, and so that's why it's listed as a first cancellation of a Netflix original show.
Yeah, because like Defenders was a mini series, so you don't call that a cancellation if they don't make another season.
Yeah.
But I heard that they were like there were some disagreements with the writing and things like that for like Luke Cage, and that's the reason why Netflix canceled it eventually. So, I mean, I guess Netflix just wants to put out good stuff, don't put out bad stuff. So, and maybe the ratings just weren't high enough for them to care about keeping it. So, that's that. But talking about the Netflix Marvel shows, yesterday, Daredevil season 3 dropped on Netflix. And you can binge watch that if you want. I only watched the first 2 episodes, though, and we're going to talk about those. So, first of all, what did you two think of the show?
I liked it so far. I like how it's going. I mean, I don't like what Matt is doing. He's being a big baby, but most superheroes are big babies, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm liking it too. Just, you know, I guess it's the whole thing of, okay, we're finally getting to, you know, what's happened to Matt. You know, of course, like Doris said, you know, he's acting like a baby, you know, but I'm just liking to see, like, all right, we're finally getting to his side of what's happening, you know, after the events in the Defenders. Because, like, in Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, you know, all 3 of those shows are just like, Matt's dead, the building fell on him, you know. And it's like when Defenders ended, we knew that he wasn't dead. So it's like we're finally getting to see that side of the story.
Yeah, because everybody, that's the reason why Iron Fist went out and started fighting crime in the city. And, you know, Jessica was torn up about, you know, them dying and what happened at Midland Circle. And then, I don't know, Luke Cage, I guess, was okay. But then, you know, you have Foggy and Karen, too. Karen in this. So she's just like, I mean, I know we know that Matt's not dead, but like, okay, so it starts off and she's just like keeping the bills paid in his apartment and paying his rent. Yeah. Like,
be like, man, you gotta let it go. Be like Frozen. Let it go.
Yeah, she does seem a little, but she does that though. She like gets obsessed with like everything and like doesn't let anything go, which is dumb because she's like always mad at him. And now it's like, oh, he's dead. I want him to be around. I'm like, but you're like always angry.
Yeah, you have a point that she does get obsessed because remember, before she knew it was Matt, she was obsessed with Daredevil and the man in a black mask or whatever, you know, before he became Daredevil. And, you know, she's like, oh, he's a good person when everybody was against him. And then she finds out it's Matt. Now she's upset about it. But then she was obsessing about the Punisher. Yeah. Like, and that dude was crazy.
Yeah, which I don't understand how she could sympathize with the Punisher, but then get so mad at Matt for being in Daredevil. Like, it just, I don't know, that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm just saying, guys, like, if a building falls on you and they clear away the rubble and you're not trapped under anything like that, and it's been 3 months, I'm going to assume that you died.
Yeah. I won't be paying your rent. Or your bills. And
then how he just gonna like go home? Like, all right, you've been gone all this time, right? Like, how do you just assume your apartment's still gonna be there? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all didn't get that far, did y'all? My bad.
Nope. I only watched episode 1 and 2, so apparently Matt goes home though.
Yes, I'm sorry. He goes home.
Yeah, I wanted to binge watch some more. Well, I can't call it binge watch. I only watched 2 episodes, but I wanted to watch some more. But my wife wanted to watch The Gifted, so we watched that instead.
Can we talk about that? Derek, did you watch that episode?
Yeah.
All right, we can talk about that too because I have some complaints.
Okay.
Which episode?
The last one.
I didn't watch 4. I watched 3.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Doris, we can talk about
We'll talk about it because I want to complain.
Yeah.
Okay. You got some complaints on that.
I do.
I think our complaint is going to be the same.
Yes. Oh, okay. So episode 2 to Daredevil. What happened to episode 2 again?
Still on episode 1, like with Foggy. I want to talk about Foggy for a second. Mm-hmm. So is his family expecting him to leave being a lawyer and take over a butcher shop?
Obviously.
That's the stupidest thing. Why would he stop being a lawyer?
Are you sure that didn't happen in episode 2?
No, that was episode 1, I think.
No.
Oh, that was episode 2.
That was episode 2.
Okay. All right, well.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, though. Like.
Well, because it's the family business, and, the dad is, he got arthritis, and his hand be shaking.
I understand. But
his
dude's a
brother's
lawyer.
doing it. Like, what his brother doing it?
Yeah, his brother's doing it.
All right, then. They got somebody.
Apparently Foggy's their favorite.
Well, I mean, it's a butcher shop. It don't take much. Just cut up the meat.
Well, okay, you open a butcher shop and see what you can do.
All right. I mean, if I make the same or more, I bet.
Doris Rib Shack.
All right, bet. All right.
3D ribs.
3D ribs coming to you soon. Scrumptious barbecue. That's going to be our slogan.
See, we got our own sponsor. We're sponsoring ourselves.
With 3D ribs.
3D ribs.
The taste that's not flat.
Y'all some dummies.
I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about with Daredevil, though. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, he survived a little crash. I guess he fell into the sewer system or something like that.
Of course, because the sewer system saves everyone.
Yes, of course. Although they were really deep underground. Really deep.
Yeah, the sewer system.
And I want to say, past the sewer system.
Yeah, I was going to say, Doris, you've worked for the city. I know this isn't New York, but the sewer systems typically go down that far.
No, I mean, sometimes you can have like really deep tunnels, but on average, your sewer is probably like 10 feet deep. I mean, it can get to like, 80 feet, but still, they were deeper than that. And that's not a typical sewer system, even in a building. Even though, and like, how deep was that hole they were in under Midland Circle?
Right, that was super deep.
Yeah, so no, I'm sorry, they were well past the sewer system.
Okay, all right. Maybe he fell into one of the water tables.
No, okay, so here's my problem, since we're talking about this. Okay, so he falls into the sewer system and then gets knocked out through the storm drain, right? Mm-hmm. The storm pipe? The storm pipe is running into the lake or the river or whatever, so it's not that deep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, it's not that deep. It's not happening.
Okay, well, we'll take that logic away. It's a comic book show,
Okay.
so... All right, he went into the sewer system. All right, so, and he's angry because... so Matt went deaf in his right ear because of everything that happened. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like... I think one of the nuns said, which I believe is his mother, she said that it was swollen, so that's probably why he can't hear. I think that's the case. But anyhow, he can't hear, so he can't really see that well because, his powers come from him feeling and hearing and things since he can't see with his eyes. I do like how they did it, like when it was, because I had headphones on when I was watching it. And when he was talking to people, you can only hear out of your left ear. And I thought that was a really nice touch. That was a pretty cool little design.
Yeah, I think so. I think that you got pretty beat around a little bit, so he's going to be damaged and, losing your hearing is cool. But I just feel like, dude, like, give it a second and your hearing will come back.
Yeah, he's not waiting, I think that's the issue.
Yeah, I agree. And I think even the nun said the same thing. Like, if he just waits, like, it's all going to come back.
Yeah, like, okay, so in first episode, he, I guess, does a neti pot and then washes some of it out, and he feels that he's getting some hearing back.
Yeah, but then, like, he, like, rushes into a fight.
Right afterwards, he just rushes into a fight. Like, he does a boxing match.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Like, you just need to just calm down. And then even after that, he went out and tried to fight some crime.
Which was just a suicide mission because he was a baby, because he didn't get all his powers back and he lost. And I'm like, dude, like, and I'm like, but then the nun said that too. She's like, so you went to go kill yourself because you can't fight right now? That doesn't make any sense. Right.
Yeah. It's like you should have just left it alone.
Yeah.
I don't get, honestly, I don't get what it, I mean, I understand what his issue is, but it's like, man, just calm down, slow down a little bit and you'll be cool.
Like, it's going to come back to you. Like, dude, a building fell on you, so it's going to take a while for you to be the Daredevil again. And I get like, if I'm not Daredevil, then who am I? And I'm like, you were a pretty dope lawyer, weren't you? Wasn't that what he wanted to be? To help people?
Apparently, but I guess he just identifies with being Daredevil. So he feels like he's nobody.
I mean, I guess I can kind of get that, but I'm like, dude, like, you don't, well, y'all didn't get that far, so never mind, but still.
Well, my whole thing is, I've seen the face of God, and he doesn't care, and just like, dude, a building fell on you. Like, really? You should be dead. Maybe you should be like, God, thanks for letting me live.
Yeah, there's two ways of looking at that, right? Yeah, because he's alive, which is one thing. And that's another thing. I don't know if I think the priest said that to him, instead of looking at it a way like, oh, I've lost my powers and I'm nothing now. It could be, I'm alive. I should be happy about that. I mean, it's kind of like in real life. Some people, they lose limbs and things like that, and they are positive. Not everybody, but a lot of times you meet those people and they're real positive because they got away with their life.
Yeah, and I mean, even though, okay, you can't do what you used to do, you can still live and still do something. And I feel like he's miserable. Like, first of all, his hearing is going to come back. So it's not like he's always going to be deaf in one ear. So, like, just because you can't be Daredevil now doesn't mean you can't never, ever be Daredevil.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if he keeps going out and fighting people, he is going to be deaf in one ear.
He's going to be more than deaf in one ear. Man, he got beat up. Sorry for you guys who haven't seen it yet, but sheesh.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's talk about, like, Daredevil wasn't a good fighter when he could hear. I'm like,
agreed.
So to be going out there fighting crime when you can't see and hear, that was just kind of dumb.
Except for when he fight ninjas, which I don't understand.
Right.
Like, he a beast fighting ninjas, but if it's me and Darren walking down the street, we get the upper hand.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like Batman. He always gets beat up too, right?
No.
Yes, he does.
He does not.
Whatever. But no, I thought he's a good fighter. It's just that he is always getting beat up.
He be getting handed to him, dude.
But he doesn't give up. That's his thing.
Okay, the not giving up don't mean you're a good fighter. A lot of people don't give up. I'm still gonna smash your teeth in.
All right. Yeah, so that, we'll see what happens. But, this season was very compelling. I think last week we mentioned about first episodes and how usually they're not that great because we were talking about, I think, Gifted, was it?
Yeah.
And I have to say, this was compelling from the first episode onward. Like, I am interested in what's happening. I know Matt's being a baby, but I do want to know how everything turns out.
Yeah, I feel like it gets interesting as it goes on, and just like you want to continue watching. So I think it started off good.
Yeah. All right. At the end of the first episode, we got that FBI agent.
Oh, Ray Nadeem.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because that's some mess.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's in financial straits because he helped his sister-in-law go through cancer treatment. So, his, credit's not that good anymore. And so the FBI won't promote him, even though he's a good agent, because he has bad credit.
557.
Well, it said that makes him at risk, and I wonder if part of it is because he's not a white guy, and and because he's non-white and he has money problems, then he's an easy recruitment choice. Is what they were kind of. I feel like they were like saying.
But I feel like they're making him a recruitment choice by not. So they're choosing not to increase it to like, oh, you don't have any money, so you're a recruitment risk. So we're not going to pay you more money. That makes him more of a recruitment risk.
Yeah, because now all you got to do is get a criminal organization or another country to come to him and be like, hey, we will give you this X amount of money if you do this for us. Well, he's already like in dire straits.
Right, and then they can just easily bring out about how he's being mistreated, and he is. And that would be like, hey, I just need this money, my family got to live. So I feel like that will push him to, although I'm honestly going to say, I don't think he will. I think they're throwing that out there, but I don't think he's the one that's.
Yeah, he does seem like one of those guys. Every season has like that cop person that you follow through. Yeah. I think he's going to be good throughout the season. We'll see what happens. Is this a 13 episode season?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think he is going to be good throughout it. We'll see what happens. But I just thought that was crazy because they're causing more of a problem. I understand that he's having financial issues, but how is he supposed to solve the financial issues if you refuse to give him a pay raise?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have financial problems? We're going to give you less money. Like, how does that help? It makes the situation worse.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was just like, wow, they're really going to do my guy dirty like that.
Yeah. So that's an interesting storyline. I want to see what goes on with that. Wilson Fisk. Man, this is a smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man.
I really like him, and I hope nothing bad ever happens to him.
Yeah.
I know he's the villain, but he needs to stay around Daredevil for a long, long, long time.
Yeah. Listen, Marvel, if Netflix, for whatever reason, cancels Daredevil and Sony doesn't take Spider-Man back from you, Wilson Fisk, Spider-Man villain, come on. I want to see it. I definitely want to see it.
That would be great. I mean, and also played by him, too.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio, yeah. That's gonna be sweet. But in this, he was real smart. So, like, obviously, he's in prison and he needs to get out. And I guess so. The government wanted to try Vanessa as an accessory.
Yes.
Yeah. So, he's got to deal with that. I think his way of getting out of prison was smart. So what happens? He snitches, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then his life gets threatened in prison. So then he tells the FBI, hey, look, if you want me to give you this information, like, look, I'm on your side because I want to protect Vanessa. If you still want me to give you information, I have to be alive for that. So it forces them to take him out of the prison, which I believe he did on purpose and is a genius move.
I would agree. I feel like he knows exactly what he's doing. And I also feel like, I mean, he's the kingpin. Ain't nobody about in prison outside of the Albanians because they don't like him. You're just about to up there and try to shank the kingpin in prison. Like, you don't do that.
Oh, yeah, that dude, God.
So I feel he knows exactly what he's doing. And everything he's done, he has planned out to the T.
Yeah. That was real good.
Yeah.
So I'm already enjoying his performance. He's doing real well. Can't wait to see him out and about doing that. My problem with that is, which I think at the end of episode 2, Matt did find out that Kingpin's out on the streets, and I'm like, oh my God. That's the last thing Matt needed to find out.
Yeah.
So
spoiler alert, he goes a little crazy. I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure he does. I'm gonna probably have to check that out tonight. But yeah. Oh, the introduction to Bullseye. Let's talk about that.
I thought it was great because not knowing who Bullseye's real name was.
I never knew either.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, that guy's Bullseye. I thought it was like pretty cool because I'm like, oh, this dude's a beast, right? He the only last man standing.
Yeah, it's like he's the last person in the FBI. Like, so Wilson Fisk got attacked by the Albanians, and last person in the FBI standing. And I'm like, okay, how's this dude beating all these people? But then I started noticing he shot the one guy through 2 car windows.
Yeah.
And not just like straight across. It was through the back window and the side window. And I'm like, okay. And then he did a ricochet shot. And I'm like, okay, this is Bullseye.
Yeah.
Like, I guess people that don't know the comics wouldn't. They'll just be like, oh, this guy's a real good shot.
Yeah. No, Bullseye is like, I want to say a secondary main villain for Daredevil. Next to Kingpin.
Yeah.
Well, they both were in the Ben Affleck movie.
Yeah. And in a lot of cases with Bullseye's character in the comic books, Kingpin hired Bullseye a lot of times to handle, I guess, assassinations or getting rid of people. So Bullseye in the comic books have worked with Kingpin in a lot of
Yeah, so
cases.
I wonder how Kingpin is going to get this dude on his side. Because right now, he seems like that would never happen. But obviously, it happened because he's Bullseye. So I wonder, although we do know that there's going to be a fake Daredevil, so maybe that's how Kingpin's like, you can be a hero. You can be Daredevil, and maybe that's how they do it.
Oh, and he really believes that he's Daredevil.
Yeah, because in the comic books he does. When the story that they're getting it off of is based on that, and that over time he starts to believe that he is actually Daredevil.
Okay. Okay. All right. That could be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. This seems real good.
Yep. I like it. I will probably finish it in a week.
That's what I usually do, which is bad.
I probably won't, but I will finish it.
Stop watching the cows.
Yeah.
Go Cavs.
Look, I do like the Cavs. I will go for them, but no. We already know what the outcome of the season is.
Yeah, they lose.
Yeah. But you guys said you had something to talk about with the Gifted.
Okay, my one complaint, and then we can end this. All right, does the Mutant Underground have a plan, or are they just going to run around behind the Inner Circle the entire time? Because I'm like, first of all, I am so tired of them. Like, oh my God, they took Andy. Lorna's gone. Look, your people walked out. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing. They want to be evil. Let them be evil. They're not kidnapped victims. They didn't join a cult or whatever. Right. They left. Suck it up and start saving some mutants because that's what y'all supposed to be doing instead of running around getting your butt kicked by the Inner Circle. That is my one complaint.
That is my complaint too. I mean, the mom is really getting on my nerves.
Oh yes, people have said it to her so many times, and I agree. It's like your son left. She's acting like he's been kidnapped or he's missing or something. It's like, no, he left. Now I understand he's kind of young, but the situation that they're in, it's like, look, he went with these people because he wanted to.
Yeah. Like, you can't save them, because even if you get him back and you're going to kidnap him and tell him you must join the Mutant Underground, then what?
You can't even stop him.
Yeah, no, so it's just dumb. Because I'm like, what you going to do when you find him?
Yeah, but I agree with you, Doris. That's been my complaint, too. I'm just like, I mean, y'all step behind all the time, and it's just like, oh, I got my baby, Lorna. Oh, we got to find Andy. It's just like, they left.
I do kind of feel for what's the name with his kid, though.
Man, look.
Well, come on, man. Like, and then they brought him in to cure the kid's jaundice or whatever, and then it's like, all right, put the baby down. You gotta go. Like, I would have been the same way as him.
Yeah, that's pretty dirty. But look, your baby mama, your kid, all right. Your baby mama don't want nothing to do with you. That happened to people every day.
Yeah, it's dirty. It's messed up. Right. Like,
You're
don't
making
take
it hard for all the good baby daddies out there.
Yeah, he wants to be a part of his kid's life, and you're like, nah, man, get out. All right, so let's talk about Reva's powers again. We mentioned it last week. So,
Okay, did you see what I was talking about before?
yeah. So I think it is directed, like she directs it toward, first of all, it looks weird. They need to stop doing it. Don't say the way they're doing it. It looks real weird. I do not want it. That little ripple-y face thing they're doing with her. Looks weird. But yeah, it was, I still don't understand exactly what it is, but like she repelled his hand at the one point and then sent his power back into him or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
I feel like maybe we should be like Wikipedia what her power is. I don't know. I thought it was like what
I tried it with the show, and they don't have her like character, like a link to her character to go to something else. So I mean, I'm not sure. I mean,
is
maybe
Reva her real comic book name?
I don't know.
She could be a made-up character.
I don't think she is.
You don't think so?
No, I mean everyone they had on be real people. I don't think she's made up.
Interesting. I don't know. It's interesting though. Her powers are.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly really don't see on how it makes her so strong though.
No one ever said she was strong.
Well, if she can stop her powers though. Mm-hmm. Like she don't have to be. And then apparently she can kill people with it too.
Yeah.
Because she was about to kill old boy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think it's one of those, this power can do whatever I need it to type of power.
Then that goes back to the theory that she could be a made-up character.
I'm going to find out because I don't know. But whatever. It's an interesting power, I guess. But yeah, I feel like the Mutant Underground, they need to get a plan and do something besides running around behind the inner circle.
Yeah. We'll see. But this is, what is this, a 20 episode season?
Either 20 or 22.
Something like that. So
yeah, there'll be a break coming up soon because with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming
there's
up.
A break coming up now because of the World Series. So I think there's going to be like 2 weeks or whatever it won't be on.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's about everything. Unless you guys have something else you want to mention about Daredevil or The Gifted.
No, that's all I had. I mean, I'm liking both shows.
Nope, I have nothing else. That was it.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you've tuned in, make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening or get the RSS feed so you'll know whenever we post a new podcast. We do appreciate you guys listening to us. And, yeah. We'll catch you next time.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.